Sam exited the elevator, wondering if his heart had ever raced as quickly as it was now. He hadn't taken a girl out on Valentine's Day in years, and he felt rusty and nervous. As he told Joy the night they'd had sushi, he didn't really date after Susan. The few women he'd taken out had been vapid and annoying, and he'd barely been able to hail a taxi fast enough once the meals had ended. After that, his nights had been consumed with gaming at home, playing cards with his friends, or at the coffee shop completing various programming jobs. Inhaling a deep breath, he knocked on Joy's door. Heels clicked on the hardwood of her kitchen before she swung it open.
"Hey,"
she said, beaming up at him. She wore a dress that looked like a long sweater, deep purple that clung to every crevice of her body. Black boots that appeared to be made of some velvety material rose above her knees. An image flashed through his head of biting the tops of the boots and dragging the material down her silky legs as he kissed the exposed flesh. Holy shit. It was going to be a long night.
"I thought you were going to wait downstairs in the Uber,"
she said.
"You didn't have to come up."
His now damp palm extended the bouquet of red roses toward her. "I couldn't let you go without flowers on Valentine's Day. It just didn't seem right." The delight in her expression was worth every bit of anxiety he'd felt about spending the evening with her. He wondered if he'd ever seen her smile so proudly.
"Oh, Sam,"
she said, taking the bouquet and smelling the flowers.
"They're lovely, thank you so much."
"You're welcome," he said softly.
"Come on in while I put them in water and then we'll head to the restaurant, okay?"
Nodding, he stepped in, noting the place smelled fantastic. After placing the flowers in a vase upon the kitchen island, she blew out the scented candle that rested there, her puckered full lips causing him to instantly harden. Yep, it was pretty clear he needed to get ready for a massive all-night erection. At this point, it was standard practice for being in her presence, especially when she looked so goddamn gorgeous.
"Ready?"
she asked, handing him her coat. He helped her shrug into it, allowing himself a small whiff of her hair. It smelled flowery and overall amazing as usual. When she turned to face him, he noticed every inch of her makeup. It wasn't heavy or caked on. Instead, it was subtle, showcasing her long lashes and the roundness of her cheekbones. Her blue eyes shone and he smiled into them. "Ready," he said. They called a rideshare to the restaurant and sat down to enjoy some charcuterie and champagne. Each time she would take a sip from the long glass, he would glance at the smooth skin of her neck, longing to place his lips there and suck the skin between his teeth. Would she moan if he gently bit her as he clutched her soft hair in his hand? God, he wanted to find out so badly. They ended up finishing 2 bottles of champagne, and Sam could tell Joy was somewhat tipsy. She looked adorable as she gazed at him with slightly glazed eyes, shining from the candle burning atop their table.
"I think I'm ready,"
she said, emitting a small hiccup.
"Oh, crap, I'm drunk."
Chuckling, he signaled to the waiter. "Let me get the check and grab our coats. I think it's time to get you home, Cinderella." She made some fuss about splitting the bill, which he wouldn't even consider allowing. And once they were set, he pulled up his phone to call a ride.
"Don't put in 2 stops,"
she said, clutching his arm as they stood under the cold night sky outside the restaurant.
"I have something for you at home that I want to give you. We'll have one more drink at my place before you leave."
Powerless to tell her no, he relented, and they slid into the car. While in the back seat, she cuddled to his side, resting her head at the juncture of his shoulder and chest. Protectiveness swamped him, and he drew her close, unable to resist clutching her lithe body. She fit him so perfectly, like a puzzle piece that his body had been searching for but had only recently found. Fear closed his throat as he realized he never wanted to let her go. How in the hell was he going to find the will to leave her tonight if she looked at him with those wide eyes and asked him to stay? He silently practiced the statements in his mind. "Joy, I'm a virgin. I'm so afraid I can't please you. I'm terrified you'll laugh at me or think I'm a freak. He just couldn't imagine saying the words to her. Sighing softly into her hair, he contemplated as they drove along the Manhattan streets. Eventually, the driver dropped them off and they headed upstairs. As they shrugged off their coats and Sam settled on one of her kitchen stools, he felt his resolve wavering. Clutching the glass of champagne she'd poured before she scuttled to the bedroom to grab the gift she'd mentioned, Sam swallowed thickly, his body pulsing with equal parts desire and doubt.